Welcome to AI World TV, your go-to destination for everything artificial intelligence. Discover the captivating landscape of AI, where advanced technology finds real-life application. Subscribe to AI World TV for webzine articles, reports, podcasts, videos, live events, and latest trends. Hear from top industry leaders and discover how AI is transforming industries and our daily lives.
Welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we're setting aside the chatter about, chatbots and cool software for a bit.
Yeah.
We're going deep into the physical stuff, the concrete, the wires, the actual physical limits shaping this whole AI revolution.
Good plan. It's where the real story is right now, I think.
Well, the sources you sent over, they're really something. It's super clear we're not just tracking some software trend or, another .com rerun.
Definitely not.
This is a huge global build-out. Some people are even calling it the era of the AI factory.
Right.
So our mission today is to cut through all that hype and really uncover what's driving it, the infrastructure demands, the market forces, even the global tensions. It's all connected.
And that focus on the physical, the actual foundations, that's really why this feels so different from, say, the late 90s bubble.
How so?
Well, the dot-com boom was more about chasing clicks, network effects, maybe some fiber optic cable. What we're seeing now, it's immediate, massive investment in tangible stuff. Power grids, actual buildings for data centers, the physical chips themselves, fixed assets spread all over the globe.
And the money involved is it's staggering. We're talking numbers that sound like government budgets.
Yeah, brilliant.
Anthropic and FluidStack, for instance, pouring $50 billion into U.S. data centers. Just those two.
$50 billion. And then look at Microsoft.
Right. They're making these massive commitments. What was it? $15 billion just for the UAE's AI sector?
$15 billion there. And their NeoCloud deals, focusing on AI, have already blown past $60 billion. It's incredible scale.
And it's not just a U.S. story. You pointed out Google putting, 5.5 billion euros into German data centers alone?
Exactly. And then the hardware itself. Amazon's deal with OpenAI for NVIDIA chips, that's $38 billion.
Wow.
Or South Korea ordering 260,000 NVIDIA chips just to boost their national infrastructure.
Okay, so when nations and the biggest companies are treating AI infrastructure like a strategic commodity, something you build to last for decades.
Right. It's not speculative anymore. It's capital investing in assets they expect to be using in 50 years. That's the real difference this time.
Okay, let's unpack that massive investment then, because it brings us straight to this kind of core paradox of the AI factory era.
Which is?
We're all amazed by the software speed, right? But the sources are really hammering this point. The biggest hurdle right now isn't the code. It's physical limits. Power, water, resources.
That's the crux of it. And what's really striking is just how fast the power demand has shot past what anyone expected.
Utilities are struggling.
Yeah, even in places you'd think could handle it. They just can't keep up with the surge from AI training and running these models.
I think this might be the single most important takeaway here, the consequence you mentioned. It's pretty stark. Brand new data centers.
Yeah.
Sitting completely empty in NVIDIA's own backyard. Why?
No power. They've got everything else, the building, the racks, probably the servers. Just can't plug them in.
It's like building a giant factory and then realizing there's no road to get materials in or out.
Exactly. Or like that skyscraper analogy I used earlier, finishing the penthouse. But the city can only power a single lamp in the lobby.
Okay, that's sobering.
The software is basically ready to go, but the grid, the actual physical power lines, can't handle that massive instantaneous power draw needed to fire up thousands of GPUs for training.
And this puts pressure on everything else, right? Even things like climate goals.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Big tech's own climate people are feeling it. They're pushing these huge AI power needs, and it's forcing them into some pretty drastic measures just to find enough energy.
Yeah. So if power is the bottleneck, what are they actually doing about it? How are they trying to fix this?
Well, these sources show kind of a two-pronged attack. Quick fixes and long-term bets.
Okay, like what?
On the long-term strategic side, it's nuclear. Plain and simple.
Nuclear. Really?
Yeah. The U.S. Department of Energy is actively pushing programs for nuclear to power data centers. We even saw Fermi ordering 4 small nuclear reactors, specifically for data centers down in Texas.
Hold on, though. Nuclear. Isn't that like a decade-long project, minimum for a traditional plant? How does that solve the current power crunch?
That's a fair point. It's both, really. The big nuclear play is strategic. It's a bet that only super dense 247 power like nuclear can sustain the future growth of AI.
So what about now?
For the immediate crisis, they're leaning heavily on renewables and hybrids, trying to take pressure off the public grid.
So solar panels everywhere.
Billions going into solar and battery storage, yeah. And you see companies like Blue Energy planning data centers that start on natural gas,
Okay.
but with a clear plan to switch over to nuclear later. It's this urgent mix. Grab power now, secure a massive source for later.
And inside the data center itself, they must be optimizing like crazy too.
Oh, definitely. Advanced cooling, better power storage right on site.
Yeah.
That's becoming critical.
We saw mentions of immersion-cooled BS. Sounds fancy. What is that?
BS is just battery energy storage system. Think giant batteries.
Right. Why are they so key?
Because even if the grid delivers power constantly, training these huge AI models needs these massive sudden bursts of energy, like everyone hitting go at once. So you need a local energy buffer right there to handle those spikes without causing outages. Immersion cooling just means dunking the batteries in special liquid to cool them efficiently, letting you pack them tighter.
Making the buffer smaller and safer?
Exactly. And that also connects to the other resource crunch, water. Cooling these things traditionally uses tons of water. So there's a big push reflected in those sources to cut down or eliminate water use and pollution from data centers, another physical limit hitting hard.
So these physical constraints are forcing innovation everywhere, from the power plant down to the cooling system. Okay, now that we've got the physical foundation laid out, let's switch gears slightly. Geopolitics. Because this build-out is tangled up with the global chip race, right?
Inextricably linked. You can't separate them. These huge fixed assets, these AI factories, they're useless without the most advanced chips.
And trade tensions are making getting those chips tricky.
Very tricky. It's actively reshaping who can access what. The fight to design, manufacture, and just get these high-end chips isn't just business anymore. It's a national security strategy.
And we saw some specific examples, especially involving China, like that story about a Chinese AI firm finding ways around U.S. export rules.
Right, just to get their hands on NVIDIA's top-tier chips. It's not just about dodging rules, though. It highlights the sheer scarcity.
Scarcity of the best chips.
Exactly. It's not about getting any chip. It's about getting the specific ones, like NVIDIA's A100s or H100s, that can do the massive parallel processing needed to train these foundational AI models quickly.
So that specific shortage fuels the geopolitical games and the incentive.
You are listening to the AI World Podcast, your trusted source for the latest innovations, insights, and trends in artificial intelligence, blockchain, fintech, and decentralized technologies. Each episode features expert interviews, engaging discussions, and in-depth analysis of how AI transforms industries worldwide. Stay ahead of the curve with the latest articles and exclusive reports from the AI World Journal, covering everything from emerging technologies to industry breakthroughs. For more news, global events, and access to AI World Society circle gatherings, visit us at aiworld.tv. Don't forget to subscribe to stay informed, stay connected, and be part of the AI revolution with AI World Lounge. Thank you for listening.
To find workarounds.
Precisely. And even with all the tension, we're also seeing that China's own AI scene is making real inroads, even influencing things back in Silicon Valley. Talent and capital still flow, even when governments try to put up walls.
And this whole dynamic is pushing the physical footprint everywhere, isn't it? Beyond the usual spots.
Yeah, the AI factory model is popping up all over. We see Canada becoming a major data center hub.
Why Canada? Cheaper power, colder climate for cooling.
Probably a mix of both, plus maybe a more favorable regulatory environment. And look at Vietnam being called the next Singapore for data centers.
So APAC is booming.
Hugely. An $800 billion data center boom expected in the Asia-Pacific region. But there's a catch.
Always X.
The sources also warn that APAC is heading for a major sustainability check. Same problems we already talked about: power grid strain, water issues. These physical limits are hitting everywhere.
Okay, so that's the foundation, the infrastructure, the fight over the parts. But what does all this actually enable right now? For us, for businesses. The sources mention agentic AI.
Agentic AI. Yeah, that's arguably the most exciting near-term thing coming out of this raw power increase.
What makes it different? Isn't it just more automation?
Well, it's a leap beyond simple automation scripts. Think of it like this. Current automation might run step A, then step B, then step C, and if something breaks, it stops. Agentic AI uses the power of these large language models to understand a high-level goal. It figures out the steps itself, executes them, checks if they worked, reacts to errors, changes its plan, all without a human constantly guiding it.
So instead of coding A then B, you just tell it, get me from A to Z, and it figures out the best way.
Pretty much. And the implications are huge.
Huh.
One source suggested it could make skills like using the command line totally obsolete.
Whoa. Okay, that's a big shift for IT folks.
Huge.
Yeah.
And businesses are already jumping on it. Cisco just launched their Unified Edge platform specifically designed to boost agentic AI out at the network edge.
So making networks that can manage themselves more?
Moving that way, yeah.
Yeah.
Transforming operations from just reacting to problems to actually having systems that can achieve goals autonomously. It makes every IT manager ask, is this the future? Systems that heal themselves, optimize themselves.
That's the serious business side. But
Yeah.
this AI power is also spilling into culture in weird ways. There was this one story, an AI country artist.
Oh yeah, breaking rust, topping a Billboard chart.
Yeah. An AI artist. Is that just a gimmick or? Oh,
Well, it's definitely a cultural flashpoint, isn't it? Made possible by the sheer processing power we've been talking about. It really messes with our definition of creativity.
and the take on it in one source was pretty strong. They said it proves AI has colonized music.
Colonized, that's a strong word, suggests AI isn't just playing along, it's taking over the creative territory.
Food for thought. But okay, back to everyday people. How are consumers feeling about AI in general?
Well, the sources suggest it's kind of practical. People seem fine with AI and things like shopping where it's useful, low risk.
Makes sense.
But they want transparency. They want control. They'll accept the AI assistant helping them find shoes, but they want to know it's an AI and be able to, turn it off or adjust it. Acceptance is conditional.
Transparency and control. Always the tension point with these powerful, increasingly autonomous systems. Okay, so let's wrap this up. We started asking why this AI boom isn't just another dot-com bubble waiting to pop.
And the core finding really is that synthesis of everything we've discussed. This time is fundamentally different because it's built on this massive, tangible, sometimes problematic physical infrastructure.
$50 billion data centers, $60 billion cloud deals. These aren't just numbers on a screen.
Exactly. They're real assets, real commitments. And building them is forcing huge geopolitical shifts around chips and these intense energy compromises worldwide. The AI factory isn't hype. It's real, it's concrete, and it represents a permanent change in global strategy.
The scale, the speed, the political stakes. It really means this physical infrastructure isn't just supporting the software. In many ways, it is the story.
Right. Which leaves us with maybe a provocative final thought for you, the listener, to chew on.
Go for it.
If the true bottleneck, the real limit on AI progress, is the physical availability of power, shown by those brand new data centers sitting dark because they can't get electricity,
Yeah.
then does the race for AI dominance ultimately just become a race for nuclear energy supremacy? If the future depends on sheer kilowatt hours, well, whoever controls the power controls the AI.
A race for power, literally and figuratively. Definitely something to think about next time you interact with AI. Thanks for joining us for the deep dive.
The future of artificial intelligence is unfolding, and it's happening at AI World Week, the flagship global event for innovation, collaboration, and transformation. This flagship global AI event is designed to connect visionary leaders, trailblazing entrepreneurs, and influential thinkers to explore the endless possibilities of AI. Experience groundbreaking technology that redefines industries and inspires progress. Join thought-provoking discussions on ethical AI, digital equity, and the transformative role of technology in our world. Build meaningful connections that catalyze innovation and drive impact. AI World Week is powered by AI World Society, a global movement dedicated to advancing AI responsibly and ensuring it serves humanity. Together, we're shaping a smarter, more inclusive, and equitable future. Continue your journey beyond the event with the AI World Journal, offering expert insights, in-depth analysis, and the latest trends shaping the AI landscape. This is your opportunity to lead, to innovate, and to transform the world with AI. AI World Week. We invite you to join us and embrace the AI revolution.